Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another Minnesota Twins discussion video. This is going to be more of the trade talk videos that you guys really enjoy. I'm going to be reviewing every single move that the Twins made over the course of the last couple of weeks in preparation for this trade deadline and everything that went down, of course, on the trade deadline day. So we're going to review everything and come to one conclusion, or at least have a discussion about this in the comments. Did the Twins get better as a result of this trade deadline? That's what I really want to know. Did we get better? I don't care how good Cleveland is. I don't care how good the Astros are, or what moves any of those guys made. I want to know, did the Twins get better as a result of this trade deadline to better themselves for winning the division and making a postseason run? That is all that I am going to express today. I want to know your guys' opinion. I'm going to go through, like I said, every single move. I believe in chronological order, and I want to know your opinions down the road as well, basically about each move that I'm going to go over. So, as you know, about 2 weeks ago, we really started struggling in our bullpen, right? Guys were losing, blowing leads, giving up lots of runs, and that ultimately, I think, affected how we won some games, right? I mean, even Rogers, a guy who we didn't trade for a DFA or anything, but even he blew a lead, and we lost that game against, I believe it was Oakland, but other guys, like the guys we DFA'd, obviously blew some leads. Their ERAs were really high. They were giving up a lot of runs. So, in order to make room for these new guys that we were going to bring in, we had to DFA some guys. Mejia, Parker, Morin, and McGill were all DFA'd. They cleared waivers, and we were able to trade them away. And we ended up getting cash considerations for, I believe, all of these guys, if I'm not wrong. Mejia went to the Angels, Parker and Morin both went to the Phillies, and McGill went to the Mariners. I'm not sure exactly how they're doing right now. Wouldn't be surprised if they're no longer in a job, but as you know, those guys were all washed away. We traded for them, got some cash for them. Probably not a lot, but, every little bit helps, I suppose. And it really set up more for this trade deadline. Of course, then we had to bring in guys, like Smeltzer, Lewis Thorpe, Poppin, Cole Stewart, I guess, are four guys who I really think I don't think I'm missing anybody. Oh yeah, Cody Stashak. There we go. So we had to bring in 4 or 5 guys right there to really help our bullpen out. They did pretty well. I mean, over the last 2 weeks, those guys have been the guys that really stepped up for us. Of course, Poppin did struggle against Marlins a little bit, but you know what? For the most part, these young guys really stepped in and helped us out when these other guys, these veteran guys, were struggling. So, let's check this off. Did DFAing these 4 guys make our team better? I think yes. So, there's a check mark in that category right there. Especially Blake Parker. A lot of people, had big ideas, big hopes for this guy coming into this season from the Angels, having, that really good split finger. It was the first game of the season where he pitched, or the second game of the season, I believe, when it was against Cleveland, and we blew that game because he loaded the bases or gave up a couple of wild pitches. I can't quite remember, but we blew that game because Parker couldn't throw a strike. And, of course, we knew that was cold, blah, 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 but he didn't really ever get better. We know that he really kind of struggled ever since then, and we paid, $3-something million for him. Guy, I wasn't a big fan of Blake Parker. I never was, but he is gone. So, out of all of that, these 4 guys DFA'd. Was that a good move? I think so, yes. Then we went and signed a minor leaguer to AAA because, well, we have some cash. We got him from the Red Sox. Jeremy Bleich, I believe is how you say his name, a left-handed pitcher. He went to AAA, and we're like, okay, well, he's never going to play in the majors, but, there's a move that we made. So, did that help us? Probably not. But I guess, we saw something in him that we could use in AAA. I suppose. I'm not really sure what to tell you about that. But then we made a bigger move. We got Romo, Chris Vallimont, and a player to be named later, all for our number 30 prospect who was playing in AA at the time. Now, this move really did help us. I know that I said it was kind of a joke back in the first video. I'll admit I was a little bit wrong in saying that. But the reason, I'll explain this, The reason I said it was a joke was because this guy was off of everybody's trade radar. I don't think anybody considered going out and trying to pick up Romo. I mean, this guy's 36 years old. He's I wouldn't say washed up, but he is, way out of his prime. He won 3 World Series. I'm not taking that away from him, but that was 5 years ago, 5, 7, and 9 years ago, right? So definitely out of his prime. But man, he has been solid for us so far, and that was a really big trade. Of course, we got Chris Vallimont, I believe that's how you say his name, and a player to be named later. So there's still that possibility that those guys could develop into something, right? And, even if the player to be named later is some low A-ball guy or whatever, Romo made the team better, right? I think we can agree on that. Romo has made the team better so far. And Chris Vallimont, he might be a guy who ends up doing well. I think he's in Double-A right now. Maybe he's in Triple-A. So he's a guy who does have a little potential. But, I think that made our team better. And right there alone, I'm not saying that this was, the greatest trade that we ever could have made. I think that, a 30 prospect, he's not going to go anywhere. We didn't have room for him. But, yes, I think that trade made our team better. Then we went on. We did other things. We released Cody Allen, who I was a big fan of at the beginning of the year. I'll admit that. I wanted Cody Allen over Blake Parker. But we ended up releasing him on the 31st, so on the trade deadline. But then we went and made another move. We went and got Sam Dyson. Y'all know it was 9 minutes before the trade deadline ended, before the time cut off. We put in the order. We got Sam Dyson. We gave up 3 prospects for him. 1 was in AAA, and 2 guys were not in AAA. I think they were in AA or single A, but they were guys never going to make the majors, probably. Didn't have a lot of potential. I mean, even I can't even remember who the AAA guy was at this point. But, again, he was an outfielder. We don't have outfield room. I mean, even, Alex Krulov, he's got to be a guy who, he's in Double-A right now, and he is going to be a guy who we'd rather see in the outfield than, any of these AAA guys. So, yes, we went out and made the move for Sam Dyson. Yes, he sucked in his debut. I don't think anybody's going to dispute that, but I've read your comments. I've commented back to you guys. We can all agree that was a huge mistake by Rocco Baldelli to put him in the game where he showed up literally either right before the game started or during the game, and then he had to go pitch. Bad mistake. He also came from the West Coast to the East Coast, so we lost 3 or 4 hours there. That was a big mistake by Baldelli. I hope he realizes that. But is Sam Dyson going to make our team better? Again, that is the question we're trying to ask. I believe, yes, he will. The numbers don't lie, right? You don't come into, the Twins, new team, whatever, and just suck like that because you suck, right? He just had a bad game. Nerves maybe got to him. The sleep probably got to him. There's a lot of things. But Sam Dyson, he's going to make a difference for this team eventually. We just got to give him another chance. So, we also made one more move. As of today, actually, we picked up Brandon Barnes from the Indians, who was in AAA over there. But since the Indians got Puig and Franmil, they designated Jake Bowers, which I think we should have gone and picked up there. But they designated Jake Bowers and somebody else to AAA, which means our AAA guys had to go. So we ended up picking up Brandon Barnes, putting him on our AAA team as well. But here's the thing. Here's the question I'm trying to ask you guys. Did these moves help us? Is this going to make us a better team? We DFA'd some bad guys, right, that had ERAs up in like the 6s, guys who were blowing saves, Blake Parker, that weren't helping our team. Now, we brought in some young guys. They've done well, right? Stashek, yes, he gave up the home run at the Marlins. Poppin kind of gave up a grand slam as well. But other than that, they weren't supposed to pitch in those situations. Well, Poppin was, but Stashek wasn't. And they're rookies, right? They're guys who were going to make mistakes. They're not ready for the major leagues. This is why we brought them up, was to just get them a taste of it. So we DFA'd some bad guys, brought in some new guys. Then we went and made some trades for 2 veteran guys, right? Dyson is 31 did I say? And Romo's 36, guys who have had experience on, well, I wouldn't say winning teams. I mean, Romo for sure, but Dyson, not so much. But 2 guys that are going to come in, gonna do their work and going to help this team. I think, yes, absolutely, this trade deadline was better for the Twins. Now, did we make the most of it? No, I don't think so, right? There were definitely some more trades on the table. The Braves went and picked up like 3 or 4 relievers. So did the Nationals. And the Twins really kind of sat on the sidelines. Did we do the most to better ourselves? I don't believe so. But did we make ourselves better? Yes. That is the point that I'm trying to make. Did Dyson struggle? Yes. Did Romo? He's done well. Yes, he has. And I think they will continue to get better. But that's all we can ask for. I mean, yes, again, probably should have made some more moves at the deadline. But by getting rid of the bad eggs, getting some new, fresh talent in here, some veteran talent, that's going to help us in the long run, right? There's no way that keeping Blake, Parker, Mejia, Morin, and McGill were going to win us a World Series, right? We needed to get rid of them and bring in some new guys, some veteran guys that were going to help us out. And that is all we can ask for, is that we made the team better, we fixed pieces that were broken, and hopefully it pays off for us. Again, that's all we can ask for. We can still trade, quotation marks. You can't go pick up anybody off like special waivers or anything like that, but you can trade for minor league prospects and stuff like that that are not going to make the major league roster. So if, we can make some moves that way, there's still possibility. Like I said, Brandon Barnes was just picked up today because he's not supposed to make the major league roster. So there's still options out there, and we can still make some moves. It's just, I don't know how it will affect this season in particular. So that's all I got for you today. Again, I want to know what you guys think about this entire trade deadline, every move that I made. I want to know what you guys think about it, or every move that I said, I guess. So let me know down in the comments. Again, I'm going to give you my opinion. Yes, we made the team better, but did we do the most we could have? No. But we made the team better, so that's all we can ask for. That's all I got for you guys today. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I will catch you guys later tonight with the game review. If you missed yesterday's videos, check above my head, and that's all I got. We'll see you later tonight. Peace out.